Hey there, guys. It's Tammy from Alternative Visions. I'm going to do a collective read right now. If you could, please like, subscribe, hit that little bell. And I'm going to see what the angels have to say. We're going to get the angels in your business. Emily Aarons made these cards. This is for the collective. I've already pre-shuffled and blessed my cards. I've asked Spirit to come in and help me to be a clear channel. Let's see what's going on with the collective today. For this week. Today is July 4th. Happy 4th of July to all of you. Take what messages resonate with you. Leave the rest. Okay? I hope you're all doing good today. It is a hot one where I am. Holy cow. Okay. Hold on. What other one? So now I'm using the Lightworker Oracle. I'm just getting an overall energy read, what you guys need to know from Spirit. It's always nice to see where we are sitting in our life. I take popping cards, and sometimes Spirit has me do it different ways. It just depends on what's going on, you know, with the cards themselves, or how whichever one of my spirits are with me, you know, some like it done a different way. They wanted two from that deck. Just placing them in my little stands here. I know you guys can't see them. I don't know if you guys want me, hold on a second. If you guys want me to show the table, I have no problem doing that. I know the shuffling is long and boring and all that, but you can timestamp it if you wish. Messages for the collective spirit for the week, July 4th to July, what's that, the 11th, 7 days from now? Let's do July 4th to July 10th. I'll go wait till Friday. That way I can do like a weekend read. I hope that a lot of you are back into business. If your business was closed during our world shutdown, I know a lot of people around here where I am, even me myself, you know, reopening. It's been a challenge. It's a lot of information we have to take in now due to COVID. Anything from these cards, but just one card, one message from these cards for the collective. This one? There's more than one there. They said no. No, 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 no. Oh, feels so good to be doing this. I have been so busy. Feels good to sit and do this. This is my love. This is my passion. Whoop. They have a few they wanted for this. All right. So let's get started, shall we? It's going to be kind of a long read today, guys, so forgive me for the length, but I think it's important sometimes. Spirit told me that this may be a bit. So let's see what we have. Angels in your business. The very first card we have that came out was networking, okay? Connecting with others. Now this could be in your business. This could be with other people because, you know, we've been locked in our houses forever. Maybe you're ready to get out there and start meeting new people. But let's see what the book says, okay? I like these cards. The readings in the book are real short and sweet, and they're to the point. Have you been cooped up too long? Yes, haven't we? It's time to get out from behind the computer and meet some other humans. Specifically, your guides want to help you to connect with other like-minded people who believe in what you are doing. Join a membership or a mastermind with other individuals you admire. If you don't have a mentor, this is a great time to get one. Follow your heart, but don't be afraid to invest in this network. Remember, you're the sum of the people you spend the most time with. You deserve incredible friendships and relationships. It is time to release some old relationships that don't serve you anymore. Or is it time? Yes, it is. Get rid of those toxic people, you guys. Upgrade your Lightworker tribe and go have some fun. Boy, even I needed to hear that one. So, you know, this whole COVID thing that's gone down, and people are there's a lot of fear out there. People don't want to go around other people. People get nervous, you know, nobody wants to catch it. So take the time outside. It's so hot out there. I don't do well in the heat. I'm supposed to go to a party today too. I think if I go, it'll be later, but it's just so hot outside. I don't do heat very well at all. Okay, so you have master healing coming through, okay? They want me to look at the card, so hold on. A lot of us have been going through this. This card number is 33. You've been going through a lot of healing, I see. Hold on a second. I'm just trying to get my books here right. I feel that you're calling in more healing, or the universe is, what's that? The universe is sending more healing to you. You must be going on a deeper level of healing, is what it is, because it seems as though Spirit's really trying to help you through this. You may be feeling stuck in your healing process. Don't worry about it. Spirit's going to help you along. Be kind to yourself, but still take a break. You've probably been putting so much focus on healing that you're getting trapped into the negativity of it, and you need to release yourself from that, okay? Hold on, I need to read this from the book. Here's the card. As you meditate, remain true to what inspires your heart and commit to your spiritual path. You become an increasingly powerful healer. You are here to live your own life, to be true to what genuinely moves you. The unconditionally loving guide and ascended master, Serapis Bey, comes to you now with a blessing of master healing to further your success on your path. The Master, Serapis Bey, is a beloved guide for those who feel a strong soul connection to ancient Egypt, for healers who are developing their own modalities, and those who love to work with high-frequency concepts. He also assists with the translation of spiritual inspiration into practical worldly plans. He comes to confirm that the Ascended Masters are aware of you. You are an integral part of a powerful spiritual team that has taken physical incarnation to help awaken consciousness into love. You are asked to tune into your heart. What do you love enough to overcome any obstacle to attain it? Let me try that again. What do you love enough to overcome any obstacle to attain it? What motivates and inspires you? Not what seems possible or practical, but what is authentic to you. We are most powerful when we serve authentically from our heart. A bird might learn how to dive underwater from time to time, but it is never going to be at its most powerful if it has to live underwater. It would struggle to thrive. The bird yearns to fly because that is its divine nature and purpose. You too have divine nature and purpose, and your heart holds the clue. What feels most like to you? What feels most like you? Mercury's in retrograde, you guys, so I apologize for misspeaking, misreading. I'm trying to go slow so that I don't screw this up. Okay. It is difficult to access the truth of our own nature when we believe we should live up to the expectations of others. If we are attached to an outcome or afraid of an answer, we can unintentionally block our perceptive faculties. A spiritual version of sticking our fingers in our ears and shouting, blah, 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 blah. Remember that when you were a kid? Oh, God. Makes me laugh. I think of my daughter. Okay. The blessing of Serapis Bey includes his clear flame of divine cleansing light. This can assist us in letting go of whatever blocks us from knowing the truth of our nature, you guys. This July 4th weekend with the full moon and the eclipse and all that going on, a lot of us who have felt blocked, we are going to have our blocks removed. Finally. It's finally going to happen. So hang in there. Stay tough. Okay. When we are willing to be who we are, the universe can more easily guide us to fulfill our destinies. Serapis Bey will help you see yourself truthfully. You may gain feedback from others that helps you understand the value of what you share, or you may simply find it easier to view yourself objectively with a compassionate, appreciative, and discerning inner eye. As you learn and accept who you are, you become a more powerful vibration for masters to put to use in the plan of love. So you guys, a lot of the stuff that you've been going through, whether it be healing from a relationship or life itself, whatever, family, oh my God, my train of thought just left. Hold on one second, because I know these words triggered it. How you are, I love this because this is like a new awareness of yourself. So you can like step outside of yourself and see yourself from a different angle, a different perception, okay? So other people will always reflect back to you how you're feeling inside. So remember, if there's triggers that come up, you know, we're still in retrograde. If triggers come up, just kind of know that you need to, don't react, okay? Even if it's something really upsetting. I mean, definitely stand your ground, but don't react. Just go within. Remember to go within about that trigger. See, because that's parts of you that probably still need healing. And then you can ask your Ascended Masters to help you. If you have a dream in your heart, know that it has been placed there for divine purpose. What you dream and desire contains the seed of divinity. It is meant to help attract your life mission and fulfill it with love, joy, creativity, and pleasure. If you are willing to go through what is necessary for an outcome, it will happen for us. The details may appear different from what we imagined they would, but the truth remains. If you ask for something and are willing to go through the process required to have that come to life, it will happen for you. The universe is that generous, unconditionally supportive, and loving of you. It is your creative partner. It will provide you with all that you need to manifest your dreams, desires, and your destiny. So that was pretty beautiful, you guys. So as you're going through this, I mean, so far we got get out there with humans. You need to have that interaction. I think it just kind of gets you out of your head. But then they still want you to do your healing, but everything in moderation is how I'm taking this. And the next one is unplug from mass consciousness. So it's almost like it's contradicting itself. It'll be interesting to see how this all flows together, I guess. So this is a number 7. I absolutely love these cards. Thank you, Alana Fairchild, for these cards. I absolutely love them. I really feel some time was really put into these. There is a belief system based on fear, doubt, and distrust that is known as mass consciousness. It says it is safer to stay with the crowd, not to question what you have been taught. It says you cannot trust the divine to take care of your financial well-being or your emotional needs. It says you should be afraid and not take risks. It says that if you dare to stand up and live your truth, you will be lost and alone, humiliated, rejected, or even destroyed. You are being guided to unplug from that system of beliefs. You are capable of a more creative, loving, and soul-satisfying way of living. To access this, let go of the way that is too small for your soul. Holy moly, you guys. So, quick story. Want to hear a story? So in life, we always have those people who are like, you can't do that. You're never going to make money like that. In my own personal experience, I've had people tell me that, you're crazy. You need to go work for the man. You need to go, get a normal 8 to 4 job or 9 to 5 job or whatever. I worked for the man most of my life. And I have to say thank you to myself for actually taking the risk to leave my main job working for the government to follow my dream. And in doing so, I was extremely successful. And I owned my own business. I started from ground up, and through life processes and people that didn't want to see me succeed, and people who were like, oh my God, you need to get back out and work, because I did struggle. And I have to tell you, I didn't listen to them. Matter of fact, I kind of shut them out. I shut them out of my life, and I did it because I can't have the toxic energy around me to hold me back from what I knew was true in my heart. I did go back to work for the man, and I fell deeper. Financially, I fell deeper into a hole, and it was horrible for me. So then when I finally was let go from that position, I was very happy because everything just started to come together. And from the minute they let me go, I actually said a prayer. You know, God, I can't do both these anymore. I can't be one foot in my own business and one foot working for the man. I got to know which way I'm supposed to go, and I can't hear an answer from you, and I need help with this decision. I want to make the right decision for me and my daughter. So it was that following day when I went to work, they had taken me in the office, and I was released. And my boss was saying this specific thing to me, and he said it 3 times, and it was like God was telling me through his lips, my boss's lips, because I said, I need to know. I need to hear you. I need to be clear on what I'm hearing. So my boss kept saying this one thing to me over and over again, and I kept saying, what did you just say? And then he would say it a whole different thing. And I can't really say anything because I don't want to put anyone out there, but I just got to say, it literally was God speaking. It was from his lips to my ears. And I had to stop for a moment, and I was just kind of like looking at him. I was looking at the ceiling, smiling, because I heard God. I knew it was God. And at that very moment, I just remember my boss looking at me going, are you smirking right now? And I just looked at him and I go, yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I got up and I got my stuff and I said, oh, by the way, I'm not coming back. And I left. And it was so cool. I love when Spirit works with me that way, because I got to tell you guys, you know, you've got to trust in your heart 100%, 110% if that's possible. I always say that 110%. I give my 110%. Well, you know what? You can only give 100%, right? You feel like you give 110%, but that's because you're overgiving. Stop overgiving. Sorry for pointing. I have a habit of pointing. All right. So anyway, you're brave and aware enough to think outside the square, or the box, beyond what society or your peers may consider normal. You are supposed to be questioning things right now. You are in a transition from one way of thinking to another, opening up to a new world which you can trust enough to live in with peace and happiness because of the upgraded new beliefs you are cultivating. No matter how others may resist or criticize your choices, perhaps your new ideas take you away from the world they feel comfortable in. Your higher guidance encourages you to keep opening your mind to a more loving, higher reality. So you guys, what's really cool too is I remember a person I had dated for a while. You know, if I had fallen on hard times or whatever, he was always like, you need to go get a better job. You know, how are you going to live like this? How do you even handle it? I couldn't handle living the way you do. The roller coaster paycheck kind of thing. And I was like, I'm doing what I love. I know I'll be okay. And I always trusted that. I never had any doubt that Spirit didn't have my back. I always knew Spirit had my back. And a lot of people can't live the way I do. But you know what? I'm happy. And that in itself is huge. Absolutely huge. Okay. So Spirit, do I need to read the book on these other cards? Okay. So the first card we have out here, this is from the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds, Lucy Cavendish. Cavendish? I like these cards too. These are my newer decks, these two, and I love them. They are so deep, and I love the work that's gone into them. I really do. All right, so let's see. These are a little shorter for the read. So I want to try to get to some tarot here. Okay, the hidden worlds, changing consciousness. Look how beautiful that picture is. Awareness, extrasensory perception, or ESP. From the center of this night flower emerges a fairy fully born upon this planet. The fairy gazes into the night sky, perhaps longing for a moment for the last lifetimes, the home world from where they came. This is the lesson of this being card, that we distinguish too much, we humans, and we fail to see what is plainly there before us. We cannot see that within each flower lies a universe, and that the fairy is indivisible from the flower. We cannot see that when we are separate, all into categories that seek to understand, we eventually fail and succeed only in dividing and separating, until we lose the mystery we too were born into. We share the same cellular makeup as the flower, as the fairy. We are more alike than we are unlike. And we have lost most of our sight as it lies slumbering in the sleeping DNA within us. But when we walk under the stars, and when we gaze at the flowers, and when we see with the vision of the night, of the other world that emerges when the sun's light is no more, we can truly see. So too, while we are delighting in our senses, we are also imprisoned by their limitations. And we miss the other realities all about us, claiming all the while that what we can perceive with our five senses is the reality of the world, but it is not. So step beyond, dear friend. Know that cherishing life will lead to us seeing more. When we meditate, communicate, soften the gaze, and open up, something within us will awaken. And for that fleeting moment, in a vision, or under the different light of a friendly star, we will see the fairy. We will hear the voices of the ancestors. We will sense what we were previously unable to perceive. Those hidden worlds lie within us, in the codes that are awakening, in the birth of your own senses, in the ability to finally see through the veils and know you too are a part of the hidden worlds. I'll never forget 9/11, as most of us won't. And when 9/11 happened, there was this moment after, I would say probably like only a day, maybe even that night. I think it was the next day. Anyway, I was going to school for massage and I was working full time. I had no life for a long time while I went through that. Well, it was a short time now that I look back. But when that all went down, I'll never forget stepping outside with my dog. And every night I'd come home and she'd run out into the field, do her business, and then she'd come back up and we'd like wrestle on the ground. But this one particular night I was home kind of late from school, and everyone in the building I lived in, they were all asleep. You know, it was pretty late when I took her out. But I'll never forget looking up at the heavens, and I never saw so many stars in my life. I mean, you know, there's nights that you can see a lot of stars. I mean, I've been in places, camping, whatever, where you can see nothing but night sky because there's no street lights, whatever. And I gotta say, this one particular night, I was just looking up and I'm like, wow, there are so many stars. And I started thinking of the people in 9/11 and the buildings that had gone down and all the lives that it had affected. And it made me really sad. And I said, my God, at once, like all those people I felt inside me, being the empath that I am, and all those families that were affected, and my heart felt so full of emotion and love and sadness too, even though I knew those souls that left us were okay. But I just thought to myself, my God, their families can never just be together again and like hold each other's hands and see this gorgeous sky tonight. And I'm like, it's so beautiful. These stars are so beautiful. And I felt like a little wind come up the back of my hair. And I was like, what is that? And I started getting this, it's almost like an anxious kind of feeling, but I was very relaxed. And then I heard the voice whisper, they are beautiful, aren't they? I was having my reawakening from childhood, and it was beautiful. And then I could feel, I was like, I couldn't figure out why my dog didn't come back to me that night, but she was always very psychic with me, and she stayed the distance so this voice could come up and speak to me. And then it started to come up again, and I looked behind me at the building. Is somebody on their porch? Where did I hear that from? Nobody was out. All the lights were off in the building. And anyway, there's my little story. I'm full of stories today, you guys. I hope you don't mind. Anyway, it was pretty fascinating, though, as I was going through my reawakening. Here we go. The next card that came out was The Secret. The unknown mysteries, wonders. Ta-da! Isn't that a pretty card? Let me see. 40. We walk through this world, and so does she by our side, releasing to us the understanding that we can measure with our minds at any time. We claim we wish to know that we desire to understand the reasons and the ways of the universe, but the truth is our minds can only connect so much and understand so much from our human framework at any given time. So she holds the entire mystery that is us within her hands, and from them flows just enough to keep us seeking, questing, yearning, searching. It is not a deliberate withholding, but a way of measuring out experience. For to release the entire knowledge of the Akashic records and of all souls into one being would be to disrupt us to the point of madness. So, know that there are unknowns. Accept that there are secrets. Focus instead on the laws you can work with, and accept the wonder that is the presence of the soul's multiple selves, lives, expressions, and know it is a fragment of a greater whole. This is why we have lifetime after lifetime. This is why we experience so much. This is why you have suffered and struggled and learned and let go, and finally come to a place of compassion within yourself. The totality of your magnificence will not be lost and is known when we return for a time between the lifetimes to the home of our souls. She holds the secret and you hold the key, and you are discovering more and more with every breath, with every step on this journey called your life. Excuse me. I think the cards really speak for themselves, so I'm not really going to say much about that card. But I think that with our healing process and our awakenings that are going on, I believe that more and more is going to be revealed to us about different lifetimes as we progress forward. And they can only give us so much information at a time. So as you awaken and as you ascend, you will be given more and more details, but they're not going to overload you. So, like I said earlier, if you're spending too much time healing or staying with your shadow self, if you're doing a lot of shadow work, understand that it can take you to a dark place, and you don't want to stay there too long and let it overshadow you. You need to allow your light in the world, which is why they want you to get out into nature, why they want you to get out with other people. So do that, okay? The next card that we got was the Seer. Future prospects, decisions to make, and seeking guidance. This is great, collective. I'm proud of all of you for all the work you're doing on yourselves. Hoping these messages resonate. Sorry, woo. I have a tickle. My allergies, they haven't been terrible this year, but lately they've been really affecting me. The Seer. Once, when we sought to understand what would come to us next in our lives, we turned to the seers and the wise ones who knew the uses of the sacred tools, who gazed into their depths and saw patterns emerge that would apply to our lives. Now, we are most often our own seer, or we entrust ourselves to the reader or the friend or to the counselor who understands our psyches. But with this card, you are asked to trust that there is a cosmic seer, a seer of the hidden worlds who is gazing into her crystal orb for you. Trust that she sees what will come and will whisper to you through dreams and signs the unfolding of the future to come. She will murmur to you in moments of peace strange words so you can create what must be done in the present so the future can be what it is for you. Some of what is to come to us is written. It is a part of the structure of our soul that certain events or people and possibilities will link with us and intertwine with our days. But there are other events that we create and we choose. And this is where she can help you. She asks you now to look deeply, to make choices that are in your own best interests, to unravel some of the distance between yourself and spirit that has developed. Take up the precious tools once again. Make a moment to see clearly, and know that the Ancient One, the Seer, is with you to help guide you into a future that is bright with prospects, rich with meanings. Give thanks for what is yet to come, and as the mystery shows herself, be ready. Take a deep breath, you guys. The illumination to this card is, I see my future clearly and create it consciously and with every choice I make in the present. That's beautiful. I like how these are all tying together. The next card, that was a 41, you guys, for those of you that do the numbers. The next card is a 44. This is a returning home card. Transition, life between lifetimes, loving welcome. We sit by the bed of a loved one who is approaching their time to depart this life, and we see their eyes change, filled with wonder as they move between the worlds and prepare to enter the hidden world of the afterlife. This time will come to us all again and again, and each time we learn more of what it means to begin to die. Dying is understood. Death and the awareness of it is not. So we sit and we take their hand, and their eyes see into realms we cannot see at this time, as they prepare to pass through the gates. And when they do, it will be to a celebration. Those who have loved them await on the other side of that gate that stands between life and death. They are no fantasy. They are present and real and beloved to the person who is departing. They will tend to the soul as it rises up and shepherd that soul identity into the life that lies between lives. They will be hugged and welcomed, and tears of joy will be shed. There will be no more pain. There will be no more sorrow. There will be no more disease or wounds. They will be reunited with the others who have departed before them. And if in this life they felt they were alone, beyond that gate they will be met by true friends and family of their soul. If not from this lifetime, then from lifetimes already lived. The joy, the bliss, the ecstasy of that reunion is not possible for us to comprehend fully, for we who are here in the midst of our lifetime can sometimes only relate to the sorrow of their passing. But I say to you now, friend, your homecoming will be as beautiful, as full of true love as theirs will be. Between the lives we dwell for a time, and then we are offered choices for the next developmental stage of our soul. But now is not the time to talk of that. Now is the time to let go and farewell them as they prepare to go home. So I'm assuming that some of you either have lost some loved ones or are in the process of. And I also feel that that card is speaking futuristically too. I feel that there's going to, be more people leaving us as the world reopens and as more of COVID goes around, I guess. That's all I want to say on that. You guys, I appreciate you hanging in there with me. I know we're 40 minutes in. I know I speak slow. I like to teach in that way because I feel it gives people time. Hopefully I'm not coming across as boring. Because truly I'm not. I'm actually a lot of fun. But I wanted to see for the collective what is going on in your world. And it looks like some of us are trapped in our head because we did get the 8 of Swords. Look at this. Look at those swords. He's breaking them. He's trying to get out of that box he's put himself in. Or she. Time to get out of your head. Time to get out of your head. I know, I'll make your ears bleed, right? Get out of my head. We got the 6 of Cups. Are we thinking of somebody from the past? Is that why we're locked in our heads? For the collective, for the next week, Spirit. For the collective, for the next week. My goodness. I hope that you guys aren't losing somebody like within the next week. No, Spirit's speaking of those that have crossed, that you are aware of, those who are crossing, and those in the future that will be crossing. Okay? I think Spirit's just wanting you to know that there's, hold on a second, because I think that came out. The circle cards are a little difficult, but I don't know if Spirit wanted me to, that's what I thought. It came out upside down, and I wanted to make sure that's how it did, and it actually landed upside down. So, 8 of Wands in reverse. So this 8 of Swords is telling me that you are stuck in your head about somebody from the past who has not communicated with you. You've been waiting for this communication, it hasn't come through, and you are really trying to break out of this mental prison that you've only put yourself in. So, getting out with other people, having conversations about other things other than being stuck in your little 4 walls and being trapped in your mind. Get out there. If you have nobody, stop watching tarot readings. If you're trapped in the tarot reading stuff, and I'm not saying that to push you away, but it's not helping your situation. Remember that rejection is God's protection. Even if you were the one that walked away, you knew you had to walk away. You knew this wasn't serving you anymore. And for some reason, it haunts you. It haunts you to death. And you keep going there. It's like you're doing fine one day, the next day you're blowing up again. Oh, that's why. So maybe you're not aware. So Spirit's talking about the master healing, right? Spirit's talking about going within. Spirit's talking about meditation. And then you've got the seer there waiting to help you to understand the future coming. You got death card in reverse here. You're refusing your rebirth. Don't make Spirit give it to you. Don't be forced. You may be forced for your rebirth. If you don't, that went down underneath that mental imprisonment. So, like, if you don't get out of this is going to happen by force. Okay? You got to get through that birth canal because you're suffocating. You are absolutely suffocating. Okay. What else, Spirit? What else? For the collective for the next week. Thankfully, next weekend, Mercury is going out of retrograde. It's going direct. So that's a good thing for a lot of us. I have stuttered and stammered and... All right. 3 of Pentacles. This is in the upright. Co-creating with Spirit. I don't feel this is with another person. I feel this is with Spirit. I feel that you are going to finally get through what you're working on. And a 5 of Wands. It seems as though some of you may be in dark night of the soul, or through this birthing process. It's been really difficult. The path you've been on has been very difficult. Even the 3 of Pentacles, it kind of came out a little bit angled, but it was still in the upright. It kind of came out like this. It wasn't exactly sideways. It was like this. And I really feel this has to do with Spirit. And the only reason I say that, I don't know why, but I'm in the death card, the skulls, right? And the rebirth is definitely from Spirit. See the moon energy? Underneath these guys, there's a skull. It's an animal skull, but it's still a skull. And see how their heads are wrapped? And what is he holding? Hold on, Spirit wants me to look at this. Oh, this is so cool. Okay. Look at this card. See the bricks? He's holding one brick in his hand. These 3 beings are you. See the rope with the top guy? He's like hanging there, probably from the hangman, right? And then you've got the other 2 down below. One's breaking away the bricks so he can untie. You can untie yourself. And that's that brick. See the bricks? You're breaking out, right? You're breaking out. And these are 3 aspects of yourself. And Spirit's working with you. And brick by brick, you're going to be taking apart the pieces of yourself that have bound you so tightly to this old world that is dying. So you can regenerate and have the rebirth into the new world. There's some symbols in the bricks on this card. There's one specifically I'm drawn to, but I don't know what it means. I'm going to have to look up some symbols and see what that means. I'll leave that card out for myself for later. Okay. And then you've got the 5 of Wands, and this is a battle. Some of you could have a fire sign in your life. But the Five of Wands here, metaphorically speaking, it feels like there was bloodshed in whatever happened here. This battle that you've been going through with yourself, even if it is with another person. Not to say that true blood was shed, but internally you just feel, I get it. The mental imprisonment, I get it. This was very painful. Just a couple more, guys, and I'll be done, okay? I just want to see the last 3 cards. Spirit, give me 3 more cards for the collective to finish this off. Well, I don't want half the deck. Just 3 more. 3 more, Spirit. 3 more. Thank you. That one? Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was definitely a broken heart. Got the 3 of Swords here. Chariot in reverse. King of Swords. This person, unless this is you, I mean, take it as it resonates, okay? Oh, thank God that's the final outcome card. Okay, let me show you what I got here. So I told you you felt like there was some bloodshed here, okay? Again, we get back to Chariot in reverse. You can't move forward. Nobody's moving towards you. You're not moving towards them. This was a severe heartbreak. But what's cool is the 3 of Swords came out in reverse. So this means you're feeling a whole lot better than what you went through. I'm going to say that much. But it's like you just can't get rid of it. It's like haunts you. It keeps coming up in your mind. You'll go hours in a day fine and then back into it again. Spirit's trying to help you with this, okay? So with the Chariot reversed and this bloodshed fight, whatever it was, I really feel this 5 of Wands is an internal battle. Even though I know, I mean, you've been warring your demons. You really have. This is actively battling. Wands are action to me. And I feel that you've really been battling yourself. Now, understand, each one of these wands I'm feeling are like toxic behaviors that you have to punish yourself. So look at your life. Are you smoking? Are you doing drugs? Are you drinking? What are you doing that's toxic to you? Are you eating? What are you eating? Are you eating healthy? Are you detoxing? How's your thought process? What are you feeding your mind? What are you speaking out your mouth? What are you projecting out to others? Are you being authentic and true? Because we got King of Swords here. Now this could be you. This could be an energy that you hold now. But this is kind of a cold person. I mean, Queen of Swords, we know, off with their heads kind of thing, right? King of Swords can be cold, but they're honest. This could be you, or it could be the other person, or you want to like scream at the other person because they haven't come forward. This is 2 different stories, but I will say, don't be cold and close your heart off. Because if this is you and you have King of Swords energy and you're being cold to other people and you're not, cup energy, the next card that came out was the Tower and it was in the upright. Okay. And The interesting thing with this tower is like it's a slow rumble. They have wings. Let me see if I can get this card on here right for you. They have wings. They look like they're sliding down the building, or they're the spirits that are trying to tear it apart. Now remember, in this card, to me, like, it's different every time I see it, but this tower is your body, and I feel like these are spirits that are, like, I don't want to say spirits are attacking you, even though it could be, you know, that devil energy. It's your thoughts. It's this mental imprisonment that you've put yourself in. It's refusing to go through the death, you know. It's not eating properly. It's your toxic behaviors, your thought processes, things like that. Spirit's going to bring in a tower to you. Can you tell me anything about this tower? This tower could also be this King of Swords. That was the other story, was this King of Swords is going to come at you. Even though the Chariot's in reverse, maybe that's you refusing to go towards them, but they're going to come at you. Because of the way they laid out, where'd they go? So this Chariot was in reverse. So you're not moving towards this person. This person came out like this, yelling at the Chariot. That's why I said maybe you're mad because this person is, it's different for everybody here, guys, so bear with me. This person hasn't come forward, and you've become very cold, but you're projecting this King of Swords energy on everybody. You could be male or female. We all have the masculine, feminine within us. You're being cold to others, but that means you're also being cold to yourself, which is going to bring in this tower, okay? Or this person is coming at you, King of Swords mentality, very cold. It's not in reverse though, so that's a good thing, but this is truth, point blank truth, in your face truth, which is going to create a tower. The final outcome card that came out, Six of Wands. It's victory. It's conquering this internal battle you've been having. Whether it's because it doesn't show two people in this card, it's only the King of Swords. But the way they are, the King of Swords is facing away. The victory is this way, which tells me if this is the person coming back, back to back, I feel, see you later. No matter what it is, even if this is you dealing with your inner demons and healing, going through your healing process like the rest of the reading has had for the collective, this is victory. You've made it to the finish line. We're always going to be healing. Don't take it as that, like there's never going to be anything more. But I will say there's victory in your healing. The tower comes to clear the way, to reopen that heart of yours so you can become vulnerable again. Six of Wands. We went from the Five of Wands to the Six of Wands. The battle within to successfully completing it. You guys, that is a fantastic read. I had to pull one more. Healing. This is the Star card. Make a wish. You successfully made it through. Sorry about that. You successfully made it through. Okay? And now you can wish upon a star and you can manifest. Your blocks have been removed. You guys, that was fantastic. That was a great outcome. And I just want to say thank you so much for hanging in there with me. I know I've been on an hour now. I'm hoping that this all uploads correctly. Every time I've been trying to record this week, my camera has not worked for me. And then the video disappeared and then it deleted. And I'm like, what the heck's going on? So thank you, Mercury in retrograde. Let's hope this goes through because I think this is a great collective read for you guys. And I wish you the best. Please, if it resonated at all with you or if you know anybody that this could help, please send it, share it, like, subscribe, share, and also don't forget to leave a comment below because I want to know what you're going through and I want to hear more. I love to hear the stories and please, I love to read the comments. Thank you. You guys have a great day.